Hello guys, Bobs1 here, and today we're going to do the Spanish Grand Prix on F1 22. Now, this is my first video of the year, so Happy New Year for everyone. Hope you have a nice year, but we didn't have a nice start, as what happened to Ken Block. Well, I don't want to talk about it much in the video, so I'm going to move on to something different. So we're going to the R&D, want to see what we can do. Nothing eventually. Ultimately, we couldn't do anything. Well, now we maybe could do it. Could do something with the powertrain department, having an event, and it gave us some R&D points. So we went and spent it on this, the ECU. The ECU could bring us, well, not much R&D advantage as some other parts, but still it is quite something. So hopefully it is something that will give us quite an advantage on the straights. That is what I'm looking for. Because in the corners maybe I can push the car, maybe I can do it on my own, but on the straights I can't really do anything. So that's what my goal is for now. And right now that I'm doing this post commentary, I am on a new TV. So my PS4 is now in basically a box, so it will make a bit more sound, especially in the, well, I don't know about it in the, well, in summer it will make quite some noise, so yeah, good luck with that. I don't need to clean it. But in the winter, will it be better? I don't know. But we now move on. We have a durability department event, and obviously we're gonna go with the driver. We do not care much for the durability, do we? I want to do 3 seasons only in this game. I don't have much time for the 4th season, and if I do a 4th season, it'll be a 10 race season, and it'll be a hurry. But now we spent again some R&D points on not the pistons, something else I think it was, but I didn't see quite what. But now R&D points, good, because some R&D points, but some cash was taken away. Well, I don't mind that. We're totally good. And I don't know what we'll do. We'll do one for the resource points because I am struggling quite much, and we'll do quite some for the simulator because Mick is struggling the last few races. So I thought maybe we need to do something with the personnel. Well, that's what we did. We have now everything spec 1 on the personnel and chassis, and we have everything spec, well, no we don't. I thought I would do it, but I can't quite remember. The ECU that I was talking about has failed on us, so we need to take it again. And like for us, it's only half the price it was, and a 0% value chance. It's really good. And now the crankshaft. Do we really want to do the crankshaft now and maybe not something else? Maybe a drag reduction? I don't know. Maybe. But we now go on to the qualifying with the softest tire compounds. With the tire allocation, did it say? Allocation. Okay, and now on to the quali Q1. What we will be able to do. And now, first lap, what do we do? Not that well, to be honest. 14th. Now, lap number 2, 1.2 seconds better, and ultimately we're 8th in Q1. But that's only Q1, as I mentioned quite some times already. Mick Schumacher is 11th, so that is really good. Hopefully he'll get on to Q3 and he won't be there in 11th and we in 8th. If you're in the exact same positions, I'll laugh. I'll literally laugh. And we're 3rd. Well, 3rd is not a bad place, but now we're moving on to our second lap time, second and last lap time. And now we are in 9th place, 1 place behind where we were in Q1. Now where is Mick Schumacher? Is he in Q3? And Mick Schumacher is in 11th place. Not quite the laugh that I wanted. And he was so close but so far. Quite slow like on the sides, but we move on. We are into Q3 and hopefully we aren't last. And speaking of last, we aren't. Sergio Checo Perez is behind us, so we know that he hasn't made that good of a lap. And we are now last. And we do our second lap time. I can't talk once again. And we're in 8th. So 8th, 9th and 8th it is. Really the same place basically, but 1 second behind Lando Norris and all British podium, well not podium but an all English, British top 3. But for now we'll just move on and go to the race, because the race might have some rain, and I'll tell you, this will bring some drama. Especially for us, because we are in the midfield, so we better get going.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day, he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. It's a sellout crowd of 140,000 here today as we await lights out for the 730-metre sprint down into Turn 1. This is a 2.9-mile racetrack. Overtaking is challenging through the 16 corners, but there's still a lot of high-speed excitement to be found, including the flat-out Turn 3 and the terrifying blind right of Turn 9. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Daniel Ricciardo and Verstappen, Joe, the owner driver, Perez and Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher, Schwartzman, Alex Albon and Ocon, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Kevin Magnussen and Lance Stroll, Latifi, Tsunoda, Drugovich and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Natalie Pinkham, what types of strategy do you think we can expect going into today's race?
Well, there's a lot that both driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery system, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
Okay, so I have an idea for... Well, I think everybody knows we have 3 skippable cutscenes in the start of the race. One that is for the grid lineup. That's the second one. The other one who talks about the track, how many turns it has, how long it is, and things like that. That is the first one. And the other one, the last one, I'll talk about it in a minute. We start our race and we have a nice start. We went quite bad onto our grid spot, but now move on to besides Ricardo. And now I think it's time to say the last one. The last one is that talks about the race itself, two things about the race, and I'll skip that because I don't think anyone cares about it. And the first one we don't care much about as well, but it's a really short one. And now let's focus to the race again. We are still beside Daniel Ricciardo, but he has a better exit than us, and he ultimately keeps his sixth place. I don't know where second came. He keeps his 6th place. Jean and Leclerc are behind us, believe it or not. I don't know what Leclerc did. Maybe he had a penalty because a Ferrari down there. That ain't good. That ain't good. Because I think that Carlos Sainz is right ahead of Verstappen. And he is. But Leclerc has overtaken Guan Yu Zhou. And I think we are the next one. And remember, he is in a Ferrari. So I won't quite fight him. He has the cornering speed, top speed, everything on us. I just let him by. Don't lose much time on Guan Yu Zhou and Ricciardo, because who knows, we may catch up to Ricciardo at the end of the race or on our next team. But lap number 5 on to 6, we now have Sergio Checo Perez, who is a rival, so I didn't quite let him pass, but he's in a much faster car. I can't do anything. I didn't want him for rival, but it's just that is what it is. And we move on to lap number 7 to 8. Lots of people are pitting now, and that's good for us because rain is underway, and you can see the rain hitting on the halo, and now the effects on the screen. So we may have an advantage, but Mick Schumacher, no, right now, that's ahead of the race. Now, we go onto the pits, maybe a bit early, and this might cost us time. Verstappen is in as well though, so that makes me a bit confident, but Verstappen is on the mediums. Verstappen did not pit for the intermediates. I thought he pit for the Inters, but now I saw that. And now that I saw that, I now understand how everything happened in the race. So every time, if it's a situation like that, I pit early. I did that in last year's game as well, and I can tell you, I always pit early. I don't know why, but we'll let Schumacher by. He's our team, but he's much faster than us. But that will cost us in the long run. You'll see why it will cost us. But we move on to the race. Lap number 30 now, top 33 this is. Oscar Piastri, who's in the Williams. Remember, the Williams is right ahead of us on the R&D chart. You can't even see that it is ahead of us. That's how close we are. But we are really close. And now, lap number 15 to 16. Zhou and Magnussen and Hamilton are in a small fight, and Magnussen just sends it down the inside and overtakes us. And now behind is Zhou, now behind is Guan Yu and Verstappen. It was. Now it is Schumacher. When did I overtake? I don't know when I overtook Schumacher. Well, Mick was ahead of us and he pitted for the softs. Well, not for the softs, for the wets. And I accidentally deleted that clip instead of another one, and that's how I forgot it. But he was in the pits and we couldn't box because he was in the pits, and as he was in the pit box we couldn't join him. It was going to be a double stack, although it wouldn't quite be a double stack. I don't know why I'm not pitting. I don't know why I didn't pit, but now we're going to pit because we're going so slow. Mick is already 4 seconds up on us. We had to cut that, and now getting in with Tsunoda, Albon, Dragovic, and some other people as well. Joe is in, and hopefully it is a good stop, because this will be steamed onto the end if everything goes alright. If not everything goes right, then we're not good. That's it. We're not good. And as I we come out of the pits. As I said, we come out of the pits. I said twice. I don't know why, but we move on. Albon and Dragovic are behind us. They were fighting, but not for long, because Albon 2 laps after that, he's sending it down the inside. He parks on the A-base, we can't switch back him, and so we move on with P17. Tsunoda got some damage in pit. I think that's how I got ahead of him, because I don't remember overtaking him on track. And we slip a bit and Dragovic is now ahead. And we'll be able to keep up with him, though we have the outside line, and no, we won't. And now he's ahead of us with 18th place, and he locks up and goes low, and we have front wing damage. So we need a bit, and that is not good. We go wide, we may have floor damage now. Diffuser. And we're going in this lap. Verstappen is behind us, and no what will happen to Verstappen. But we go to the pit box and get a 5-second penalty because we were speeding. Fair penalty. And we're going to change our front wing. It is a bit painful. At least they could have maybe they could have served as a penalty, but no, they needed to do it. We need to do it at the end of the race. Well, that hurts quite much, and we just move on. Can't do anything about it, especially now. That's it. And we're going on to the end of the race because nothing really happened. We got lapped by your teammate. Well, that's unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Well, this was the end of the race. Not quite what I expected.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. So, Natalie, what do you think helped them deliver this result?
Keeping the tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip at the best of times anyway, and that's 10 times worse if you're on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a big advantage today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners.
Okay, so this was the race. As I said, not quite the what I expected, but still could be worse. Could have DNF'd right in the start. So a Ferrari, a McLaren always love that. And Mick gets his first points for team, and a P7 is really good. We have 9 points ultimately, and 15. Now 15 points is quite a lot for what we had last year. Last year you couldn't get any points for so many races, but here we are getting points from the first races. That's really good. The more points we have for next season, the better. Sergio Perez, screw you. What else can I say? But this was the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. And hopefully the next time I see you on Gran Turismo 7 online, I've got something on my mind, but we'll see if I do it. Hopefully, as I said, see you on Gran Turismo 7. Bye bye.